Our first cruise.
First ever. We had been thinking about cruising for a while with knowing lots of people.
Sounds really dodgy. Should we start again?
Okay.
Other things we didn't know as first-time cruisers. Food.
We didn't know we'd get food. What?
We're Angela and Alan. We've taken a sabbatical and are travelling around the world with no plan and a small budget. We've worked hard and saved hard for this, so we're trying to make our money go as far as possible while still having meaningful experiences. We may be middle-aged, but that doesn't mean we're past it. Join us as we go to new countries, eat new foods, and enjoy life as much as possible. If we can do it, you can. Are you ready? You can start.
Born ready.
Good, you can start then.
Good morning. We are at Tilbury Port because we are going to get our first ever cruise.
And we are incredibly early.
We are stupidly early.
What's the time?
It is 5 to 12 and we're not supposed to embark until 2:30.
To be fair, we've arrived super early because there's problems with the trains in Britain this week.
Yeah, that's one. There was some paperwork to say that don't turn up before your embarkation because there's nowhere to go. And we have, at least we're here.
From here, we're not sure where we're going. We can see our ship already.
What is it?
The Ambassador Ambience.
Ambience.
We haven't got a clue where we're supposed to go, what we're supposed to do. So let's go and figure it out.
Do we need to say where we're going? Was that a surprise?
I think that can be a surprise.
That'd be a surprise.
That'll be a surprise. This vlog is a little bit different because although we are going to show you a bit of the ship and our cabin later, we've brought together a bunch of things that we found surprising as first-time cruisers. We figured that if we didn't know these things, and we wish we did, there's a good chance some of you watching don't know either. Let's start with this. Leaving your cases outside of the port building. That was super easy. We came through airport style security, had to get the electronics and the liquids out of our bags and get our bags scanned.
Did you have to get your liquids out of the bag?
I did, well I did, yeah.
You didn't? I mean, I don't know why they had to scan me. For what?
Yeah, just to make sure you've got nothing dodgy in your bag.
Yeah, but normally at an airport,
It's the same reasons. So, yeah, been through, been checked in, got our passes. And now we're heading for the ship, so really easy.
Trying to work out the drinks packages. So there's 3 levels. One is just soft drinks, but no coffee. So things like mocktails, Coke, Sprite, ginger ale, juice, sparkling water. That's £240 a day each. 12 days, so £20 a day each, £40 for 2 of us per day.
And what's the average price of a drink? About £3?
Mocktails are say £4. Coke ginger ale is about £2.50. And that's the lowest level of drink. So no alcohol, no coffees either, no specialty coffees.
Yeah.
And the second level is £360 each for 12 days. And even then you don't get coffees, you just get
house spirits, isn't it?
House spirits, yeah. It's a house wine. And that's what we normally get, isn't it? Like if you pay for an all-inclusive. But then the top of the range one includes coffees and specialist drinks, but that's like £640 per day each. So I think we just wing it and just buy the odd coffee here and there and the odd drink here and there.
This has been bothering you, hasn't it?
Well, since we arrived,
which
is less than an hour. It's like 15 drink every hour for 15 hours a day. So you're up at 7 and you've got an alcoholic drink. It's like 7 in the morning.
Three hours later, Alan is still obsessing.
Right, so £360 each for 12 nights.
Yeah.
If I pay that, so that's £720 for the two of us.
Yeah.
If I pay that, which is the middle, not the top, the middle range, I still can't get a pint. I'm going to have to pay, it's 50% off a pint of beer. So if I pay £360, I don't have to pay £4 for a beer. I pay £2 for a beer.
So we've taken a look around the ship, had some lunch.
Yep.
There is an orientation for newbies at 3 o'clock, but the ship's not that big that I think we need to do it.
Not really, we can just have a look around. We enjoy having a look, don't we?
Yeah, and
finding our way.
The cruise that we're on has quite a lot of sea days anyway, so it will give us something to do. I think what we need to do next is go and check that our luggage has arrived at our cabin, because it's getting close to sail away time. We've had problems with Alan's room key. They've taken it off. Security have been up to the room to try and sort it out. Just gone back to our room, and now my key's not working either, so we can't get into our room. Ho hum. So, guest services took my key off of us. They'd already taken Alan's key off of us. They've, in the time that it's taken us to get back up to our cabin, they have already sent security up, who have reset the door so that we can now get into our room. Hasn't been the best start to our first cruise. I mean, it's nothing major, it's not a big problem, but just when cruising is completely new to you, you don't know what to do or where to go. Hopefully that's all done now. No more problems. Literally smooth sailing. We've just had our muster drill. That was in person. We had to go down to one of the bars to do that. Very, very straightforward. Just rock up. They took our names and our cabin numbers, checked with everybody was there, told us what to do in an emergency. Apparently demonstrated how to put a life belt on. I couldn't see.
Well, there were two of them.
Yeah,
I mean, it was busy, but you could have seen it.
Yeah. So now it's time for the sail away party. So we've come up to the top deck for sail away. Yeah, sail away's been delayed just a little bit.
About an hour.
But the party started, so we're going to go and join it now. Now, it's been our first full day on board, and it's a sea day today, so it's been lots of activities on board. What have you been up to?
Went to the gym. The gym was half empty about 9:30, and at 10 o'clock it was rammed because breakfast stopped serving at 10.
Yeah.
So if you're like me, you want to get into the gym, have a workout, then try to get it really early or either side of breakfast or lunch, because it can get a bit random.
Was it free?
Oh, it's free, yeah.
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 Do you need to take towels down there?
There's towels down.
There's towels down there. And I know there's water there because
it's not too big. There's about 5 running machines and 5 maybe cycling machines. Lots of different weights and free weights. But it's not too big for a ship of this size.
While Alan was in the gym, I went to Pilates.
Yes, you did.
I did.
Was that? That was busy as well, wasn't it?
It was packed. People were being turned away. So if you want to go to the Pilates or the yoga classes on an ambassadorship, you have to get there early. The class itself, brilliant. Instructor was brilliant. Really enjoyed that.
Yeah, and then I entered a table tennis tournament.
and got to the semi-final.
Final. Lost in the final.
Okay.
That was never out, that ball. It's a bit of a laugh,
Yeah.
Quite a bit of fun.
And I went to a jewellery making class.
Yeah, how was that?
That was really good.
That was free though, wasn't it?
No, I had to pay £5 for that because you pay for the kit.
So, next on the agenda is the black tie evening.
Which we saw blind a week ago we weren't going to do.
Yeah, we thought, what's all that about? We're not going to go to any of those. But luckily, I do have a dinner jacket from a previous engagement. So, I'm all set. And you got
I raided the charity shops for something glitzy.
So we're going to go along and see what it's all about.
By the magic of editing, here we are, going to the gala night. And this is what we look like once we make an effort and we're not backpacking around Southeast Asia. Ready?
Let's go.
It's occurred to us that as first-time cruisers, there's a lot of stuff about cruising that we didn't know and didn't understand, and people haven't explained to us. And one of those things was, how do you get off the ship? So I thought it might be a good idea to briefly explain to other first-time cruisers how you get off the ship.
Yeah, because we thought, well, do you need to be signed off? Do you need to give them your passport? But you don't need your passport, do you, to get off?
No.
That's all pre-done. You don't need to have your passport with you, which is a bit strange.
Yeah, you don't physically show it as you go into the country.
It's all done prior to sailing, so it's all pre-registered and everything else. So that's a bit funny.
Yeah, that was a bit of a weird one, which we didn't expect. So we've been given cabin passes, ship passes.
My one.
That's Alan's one.
So this is in effect, your credit card on board the ship. So you don't need to pay for anything.
It's also your cabin key, so it gets you in and out of your cabin.
And then you obviously settle up your account at the end of the cruise.
Yeah, they on our cruise they've taken our credit card details in advance, so they've already held a suitable amount to cover our drinks and trips and everything. But yeah, to get off the ship, what you do is you're scanned off using that key, and then you're scanned back on at the end of the day.
Yeah, so this may not be news to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean,
you thousands and thousands of people that go cruising regularly, you take this for granted.
There seems to be a lot of experts on our cruise.
Yeah.
But for first-time people that don't know, it's like, okay, that's how that works. And once somebody explains to you, or once you find out, then things are
it just makes a lot more sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So that's how you get off the ship and get on your excursions, or just get off the ship and go for a walk around.
Yeah.
You go.
And as per usual, if you go on an official excursion, then yes, the boat will wait for you. But if you go off on your own and you're not back in time, then the boat stroke ship won't. So if you're going to do your own thing, which we've done once and we probably will do again, we just need to make sure that we are back on board before the time, because we understand that they won't wait for you. Why would they?
Yeah.
And
also what you have to allow for is that a number of ports will not allow you to walk around the port, so you have to catch a shuttle bus from the port gate to your ship, and you have to allow for that, and you have to make sure you're back before the last shuttle, not before your all aboard time.
Yeah, so there's a few things you just need to be aware of. And if you're a sort of ladies person,
Yeah. You can't be
you
last
might be in
minute.
trouble.
But anyway, that's something we've noticed, and we thought it might be useful to other first-time cruisers. The other thing you need to know is that when you're getting back on the boat, you also need to show your pass, and your bags are scanned to make sure that you've got no contraband. Okay, so other things we didn't know as first-time cruisers. Food.
We didn't know we'd get food. What?
No, we knew we'd get food, but
no, you're
the
right.
setup,
Yeah, we knew we'd get food.
the setup is there is a buffet which serves food 4 times a day. Breakfast,
yeah,
lunch.
I think breakfast is about 7 until 10. Lunch is 12 to 2:30. Afternoon tea.
Yep.
3:30. So obviously you go from lunch finishing at 2:30 to tea at 3:30. So you've got an hour.
Oof, hour of no food
to manage. And then the evening dinner meal, I think it starts at 6. I think, but we haven't been to that.
No.
Because we've been to the restaurant, the Buckingham restaurant.
Formal restaurant.
Yeah.
And there's also a couple of speciality restaurants which you pay extra for. So there's Sea and Grass, which is like surf and turf restaurant. And there is the Saffron restaurant. I know that that's £17 per person, and that's an Indian restaurant. And what they do is they close off part of the buffet restaurant, and that then becomes the Indian restaurant in the evening. And as part of our main meal last night in the normal restaurant, we had some Indian food.
Yeah, we had really nice curry, didn't we?
It was really lovely. So
chicken
tikka masala.
Yeah.
So if that's an indication of what the Indian restaurant is like, it'd be worth the £17, I think. Now, we've already covered the drinks package.
Yeah. I still don't see how you could qualify paying that amount of money for a drinks package.
Any speciality coffees, and that is anything other than an instant coffee, anything other than a cup of regular tea, you have to pay for, and there is a coffee shop.
Yeah, so we're going to go and check it out now.
So we're going to go and check that out now, yeah. So the only drinks you will get for free are instant coffee
from a
machine, tea from a machine, and water or juice at breakfast. I am notoriously a bad sailor, and the boat is rough today, and you can tell when it's rough because, coffee. The crew put paper bags along the corridors. In fact, today is so rough that we cannot dock where we were supposed to. So we're missing one of our ports. We're going into a different port. That's fine. It makes us safe. But I have picked up some tips as a really, really, really bad sailor for avoiding seasickness. Things are now so rough on the seas. Not only are they giving out sick bags, they're giving out travel sickness tablets at reception. Tips for avoiding seasickness?
Don't get on a boat.
Don't get on a boat.
Stay on land.
But as someone that gets really, really seasick, normally I would look at the horizon. That's what everybody advises you to do.
That is a tip.
That is a tip. However, I have not done that on this trip. I've avoided looking at the horizon. So I can't actually see how much the boat is moving and in which direction, and I felt much better.
Okay.
So give that a try. Ginger,
apparently. They serve ginger ale.
yeah.
And you've got ginger
tablets.
Sucky sweets.
Yeah, and we had ginger nuts that we brought on board.
Packet of ginger nuts. Yep.
So ginger really helps settle your stomach, and they do recommend that on board. Travel sickness bands.
Yeah.
I used those when it was really bad, and they worked for me really well with morning sickness as well. So I was willing to give them a go while on board.
And apparently, don't drink lots of water.
Yes.
Because you'll feel it sloshing around.
And that will make you sick. So, yeah.
And our cabin person.
Yeah, our cabin attendant.
You know, you've got to feel for the people that actually work on the boats. And he was saying he gets seasick. And basically he just makes himself sick at the start. And therefore...
He doesn't feel sick afterwards.
Yeah. But a bit extreme.
That is the extreme end, isn't it?
Yeah. Please don't try this at home.
Yeah. But yeah, there are definitely things that you can do to help yourself if you feel seasick. Sleeping is a great one. Just go to sleep.
You can get to sleep, and also walking about as well.
Yeah.
The entertainment director was saying, I don't know whether this is true or not, but yeah, don't go back. Just stay in your room. Don't stay in your room.
Yeah.
Get out and about, get some fresh air, walk about, rather than sort of sit in there. I suppose it's one of those things that if all you've got to think about is the room moving, then you're going to feel worse. But if you walk about and keep yourself busy, there's lots of things to do on the cruise, then you'll be better off.
Yeah. Two things on that point. We specifically booked a room midship and mid-decks because that's where you get least movement. And that's certainly seemed to be true. And I've found that going to sleep sitting up, sitting up, has helped my head feel better. I don't feel quite as dizzy doing that. So yeah, hints for seasickness from somebody that gets really seasick. And I've been okay. Yeah. I'm not going to say it's been perfect, but I've definitely not been sick and I've definitely not been ill. We've come to the end of our cruise, our first ever cruise, with Ambassador Ambience.
Ambience, they call it Ambience.
They call it Ambience.
Even though you could call it Ambience.
And overall, what's the experience been?
I think it's been pretty good.
Yeah.
As a first timer for cruises, you sort of read up about it and you see things on YouTube and you think, is that for me? But I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. And we've said a couple of times, I am not a good sailor.
No, you're not.
I'm really not.
But...
And we've been in the North Sea and the North Atlantic.
Yeah, and the waves were how high were they? 2 or 3 metres?
2 or 3 metres were the highest, and even in Scrabster, the port that we didn't go to, even in the harbour, they were 1 metre to 2 metres high, which is why we didn't stop there.
Yeah, but it was, rock and rolling.
Woohoo!
But you were okay.
I was okay, yeah. I managed it.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah.
So now we know that we can do some more cruises. Because that was the worst thing, wasn't it? Yes, it sounds great, but we're on water. And are you going to be okay? Am I going to be okay?
Yeah.
And we got through it.
So if that is something that's putting you off, there are ways of managing being seasick. So, ask us in the comments below how to deal with it.
Yeah.
Ambassador sells itself as premium budget. We had the CEO on our cruise for the first few days. And he was describing premium budget. So, yes, the cruises are very cheap. Yes, some of the facilities are basic. The cabins are quite dated and basic. But the service is anything but basic.
Yeah, exceptional. Really nice staff. The waiters, the chefs, and the reception people, very, very friendly.
Entertainment crew.
Entertainment, amazing.
Amazing, excellent. So yes, some corners are cut to make it budget, but not on the experience side, I would say.
Yeah.
We've got nothing to compare it to, but...
No, but if, we came in knowing that it was a budget holiday, and we're used to budget holidays because we've tried to get around a lot of the world on a budget.
Yeah.
So for us, perfectly fine, adequate. Don't know whether other people felt it was not up to scratch. I don't know.
but it was over and above my expectations.
Yeah, and the whole experience will get a 10 out of 10, I think.
Yeah. So would we cruise again? Would we go with Ambassador again?
Certainly cruise again. Now that we've tried it, I think we would need to compare it to other cruise lines and other experiences to see how it holds up. But as it's our first time, we couldn't really fault it too much, could we?
No.
But yeah, certainly I would be interested in cruising on a larger ship, because the Ambassador's ships are relatively small.
Yeah, in
they?
comparison, yeah.
And I guess that if you do suffer from seasickness, then this ship would roll a bit more than a bigger ship.
Possibly.
Would that make sense?
Yeah.
Don't know.
I think I would come with Ambassador again. I mean, the prices are very attractive. They go to some really interesting places. Possibly not for as long a cruise.
What was this, 12 nights?
This was 12 nights. And the reason I say that, I don't know if we've mentioned it before, the demographic is the people are older than us, in our 50s. The majority of clients on board are older, so a lot of the entertainment has been skewed
to over 80.
to over 80s, quite
Which is
older,
fine.
which is fine because that's their demographic. And the entertainment has still been excellent and enjoyable. We can see the quality of it.
Yeah.
But the first few days, it did make me feel like I was 20 or 30 years older. So maybe I'd try a different cruise line.
Yeah, I would like to try a different cruise line just to compare.
Yeah.
You've got to try a few things and see.
Yeah, see what they offer.
See how you enjoy it. I mean, it is a cheaper cruise, but I would say that you probably end up spending the same amount on drinks.
Yeah.
Which is coffees, a few beers, wine at dinner. You probably, we've spent quite a bit.
Yeah.
On that, because we didn't go for the package, did we? We didn't go for the drinks package because that was quite expensive, and there's no way that we would have been able to sort of use all of that up. So we've gone pay as you go. But even then, spent a lot of money.
I would say if you're thinking about booking your first cruise and you're just about to book your first cruise and you think, oh, it's fine, all the food and drinks is included. It
is, yeah.
To a certain degree it is. However, I would budget your ticket price again, at least one person's ticket price again, for food and drink on board.
Because you do get free tea and coffee in the Borough Market, which is like the buffet place. That's 24 hours, and also you do get free tea and coffee in your room. But apart from that, soft drinks, specialty coffees. We're talking Americanos or
just the basic
cappuccinos
coffee,
or
latte.
Like I said, wine, any spirits or whatever. It does add up, doesn't it?
Yeah, it very quickly adds up. But overall, positive experience.
Yeah, quite impressed with it all.
Yeah, I'd give it a thumbs up. That's it. Heading back to port now. Thank you, Ambassador. We've enjoyed our first cruise.
Thank you. Yeah.
Not sponsored by Ambassador. We paid.
We certainly did.
But yeah, if you're thinking about trying out cruising, yeah, go for it.
Certainly well worth it.
Yeah.
Trying it.
Right.
We need to pack.
We need to pack.
We need to be out of our cabin at 7:30 tomorrow morning.
That's something we haven't spoken about, actually.
Shall we speak about it?
We shall speak about that. We got notification yesterday of our disembarkation, I think they call it. Is that right? Disembarkation? We're getting kicked off. We have to be out of our cabin by
7:30
a.m.
And we haven't been up at 7:30 a.m. for the last
don't know how many days.
Week and a half. So that's going to be a bit of a struggle.
If we need our bags carried off, they have to be packed and outside by midnight.
Tonight.
If And then what you have to do is once your bags are taken away at midnight, you then leave your cabin at 7:30 in the morning. Breakfast is being served early, so you can go and have breakfast, and then you are allocated one of 3 locations to go and wait to be told that you can get off the ship.
Yeah.
However, if you do speedy leaving,
I'm not sure what they call it.
no, yeah, it's like
Something express.
Express. What you can do is keep your bags in your cabin. Still need to pack them. Still need to be out by 7:30. But you carry your bags off the boat yourself.
Yeah.
And you then get to leave at 8 a.m. instead of waiting till 10, 11, midday. So we've opted to do that.
But we needed to have told them by 4 p.m. yesterday that was our
preference,
our plan. So
yeah.
They know that we're going to carry our own bags off. And luckily, we haven't bought a huge amount of luggage.
Because we pack light.
We pack light. There are 2 sorts of travellers.
There are 2 sorts of travellers. I'll put that on the screen.
Yeah. So fingers crossed. As long as we wake up.
Yeah.
In the morning, then we'll be off.
8
Hopefully
a.m.
by about 8 a.m. and we'll work our way homeward bound.
Okay, so this is our cabin. We've got a twin room. We booked last minute, so twin is what we had. We've also got an obstructed view, but I think we've locked it out with the obstructed view because we can actually see outside, which is quite nice. You can see that this room has bunk beds, so it could sleep 4 if required. We don't require that. So, stuff on the bed. We've got our restaurant reservation. Now we actually asked for first sitting, and we amended our booking to first sitting as well online, but we've been given second sitting. We've got the Ambassador Cruise Line brochure has been left for us, and then welcome on board. Lots of information which we'll have a look at in a moment, I guess. Over here we have been provided with a bottle of water and some glasses, but we are being charged for the water. Interesting. Tea and coffee, of course. Wouldn't be an English cruise line without tea and coffee. And there is a hairdryer there which neither of us will use, and air conditioning. TV. I don't expect we'll be watching much TV, do you? We might do. We'll see. There's a telephone if you need to call guest services, you need to call another room, you need to call medical assistance. There are sockets. There's a UK plug, a USB, and Aussie? Not sure. If you need a fridge in your room for medications or for drinks, whatever, there is a fridge in the room. Lots and lots of drawers and cupboard space everywhere. We've got wardrobe space and shelving here, and a couple of pool towels. And then around here, more cupboard space. I guess because you could theoretically have 4 people in here. Life jackets. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, not the easiest to get to. So there's our life vests and a safe. And what's this information here? Oh, laundry services. Lots and lots of storage again. Lots and lots of drawers. And then watch your step. This is the toilet and shower. It's a bit dated, a bit brown, a little bit peach, but it's really, really clean, really nice. So we've got hand towels and bath towels. We've got flannels. There's a shaver plug. Wish I'd brought the charger for my toothbrush now. Storage for all of our toiletries. And there is some toiletries provided. And then the shower. Again, a bit peach, a bit brown, but that's fine.